I found another little creek. You might be able to hear in the background. We're gonna walk down to that creek. Oh, it will be if I fall down. So it's not much bigger than the one we saw last time. Let's see here. Just gotta watch my footing. Yeah, it's a little wider. Yeah, there we go. So you can see that it's recently flowed. Let's see if you can see up there. It's recently flowed a lot more because it had snowed a lot, and it kind of instantly melted within a day or so. Some class 5 rapids right there. And keep your eye out for that. It was pretty neat little area here. The funny thing is, I didn't bring my tripod with me. I was, if you saw the last video where I was in the garage, the camera's actually trying to focus right here, right now. Hey, this is my face. So I left. The funny thing is, I can see right here where my finger is the focal point for the camera. Why you do that, man? Did you see this is my face right here, this fat head? All right, I think I got it to focus on my face now. Anyway, I left the tripod in the garage, and I'm sitting by this stream here, so I hope you can hear the sound, but it's not overwhelming, because I want you guys to kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about. Imagine just sitting here, kind of watching the water flow and just listening. That's why they make those machines for people to sleep. When they sleep, they have like ambient sounds in the background. Water flowing, rainforest, birds chirping, waves crashing, stuff like that. It's pretty relaxing. Anyway, so I left the tripod in the garage because I was filming one of the videos where, you know, I work on a gun or something. Right now, I have the camera strategically balanced on a monopod. If you don't know what a monopod is, it's a single pole that goes down. But this one here is a Benro, and at the bottom it's got 3 little feet that pop out, but they're only about this long, so the camera could fall at any moment. Let's just go with that, okay? Couple interesting things I wanted to tell you guys about. I had said a few videos back in one of my shooting videos where I said I was going to go talk to the rangers and talk to the sheriffs and stuff, see if I get some information, and I did, and I wanted to pass that on to you guys. So I talked to the rangers. One thing I talked about was, you know, shooting up here as I'm cruising around. And it's all legal as long as, you know, obviously you always have the same rules. Can be no houses around. They say, you know, there's a certain distance, but if you can see a house, I don't want to shoot anywhere I can even see anything, because there's so many mountains and valleys and stuff. You don't need to be anywhere near anyone. Clean up your junk, you know, don't shoot at trees, stuff like that. So that was good. And I asked about volunteer programs that they had, and a lot of the stuff that the Forest Service had, the ranger station, was there's a lot of clerical stuff, a lot of stuff in the office, not a lot of stuff out here, which is what if I was going to help volunteer for anything, it would be out here. So when I went to the sheriff's station, though, they've got a really cool volunteer program. And what's really cool about it is it's like when you find something that not only is, I mean, obviously first and foremost, you're volunteering to help other people, to help the county, to help the taxpayers, because they don't have to pay for your services because you're volunteering. That's number one. But behind that is you end up doing things that you love, right? Going out into the forest and stuff, but you're doing it with like-minded people, right? People that enjoy off-roading, people that enjoy shooting sports and things like that. So what they have is a search and rescue team. It's a volunteer search and rescue team, but it's not just like, hey, we're search and rescue. It's organized under the umbrella of the sheriff's department, and it's Jeep owners, people who own Jeeps, that will go out and assist in search and rescues and some other stuff. And it's pretty cool. And I talked to a couple of the guys. I met one of the guys at one of the gun shops there in town, and he's a part of it. And he said him and a couple of the guys that are a part of this volunteer program actually go out once a week and go target shooting up into another location that I didn't know about yet. Which, like I said, like-minded people, be able to find some other places to go, you know, go and shoot and stuff. So it's something I'm looking into. It's something I'm looking into. Now, obviously, I don't have a ton of free time to devote to it, so I want to make sure that whatever requirements that are needed would be met. I don't want to, you know, abuse the system. But that was pretty cool. But here's a funny thing. One of the guys I was and it's like there's a couple ex-Marines, there's an ex-Ranger that just got out, there's a combat medic that did 5 tours in Afghanistan or something. He's a part of this. It's some pretty cool people. So I'm pretty interested to meet those guys. Anyway, I was talking to them, and we were just talking about, you know, the forest and where they go and where I go, and I'm talking about what I carry and what they carry, and I told him about my 10mm, you know, bear gun. And he said, oh, you know, lately there hasn't been that many sightings of bears. There's only been 2 sightings, and it was on grid whatever. He told me because they're really big into map reading and terrain because they need that for search and rescue. And I said, oh, where is that? And they had a map on the counter, then he showed me right in this area right here. I'm like, that's right here. I said, that's where I go. It was where they're at is about 15 miles that way past town, and then out. Then they go another 15 miles or so out into the forest over there. So it's about 20-30 miles from here. But he's like, yeah, there's only been bear sightings over in this area. And I'm like, that's where I go by myself, and that's where I am at right now. So that's cool. And they said, and they're just black bears. Black bears, which, you know, are supposedly more afraid of people as long as you don't startle them or the cubs or anything like that. But so today's gun of choice while I'm hanging out here is this guy. This is a Glock 17, 9mm. I know it's not going to do anything, but I'm not anticipating doing anything, but at least you want to have something. So Glock 17, I thought some people are always interested in kind of what I'm carrying for the day. Back up in the Jeep, I do have one of my AKs in case I was going to go by the place where I could actually shoot a little bit. But I don't think I'm going to have time today because I'm spending more time here today than I anticipated, because I didn't anticipate finding such a nice little creek to hang out by. It's not, I don't see any areas, maybe down a little farther, but I don't really see any areas where there could be fish in this, because it's only yay deep, and it, you know, it's wide and shallow, and you know, it's flowing pretty good because it's flowing down this valley. Right behind me here is a pretty good hill, and then behind the camera is another hill. I'm down in a valley, and right in the bottom of this valley is where that creek is running. It runs all the way. You can see it on the camera. Runs all the way back up that way, right up there, and it winds its way up through this neat valley. I like it. I like this area, and this area is about, I would say it takes me, if I could drive directly here, it would take me like 7 minutes to get here. But because I have to kind of go out, go up, and then kind of get up and come back to it, I have to travel, it's hard to explain, but as the crow flies, I'm only about 5 miles that way. But I have to drive, you know, 5 miles, and then 2 miles in to get back in here, which is pretty normal. It's a national forest. You're not going to have roads running all through here. I just thought I'd come out, and I didn't bring any food or anything. This is part of my exploration of the area. I know it's not the most exciting video, but it's relaxing. That's kind of want to bring you guys a good mix of stuff, you know. I do have, so if you guys are still with me, I do have a few planned of those shop type videos, because I have I have a bunch of parts I ordered. They all came in. Little parts, stuff I need to do to these guns. Some are actual where I have to drill and tap. Some are just bolting on. And I think it'll be interesting just to show you some modifications I'm going to be making to, one of them is an AK. It's actually a Russian-made Saiga, and I think that's pretty cool. The way it looks right now, it almost doesn't look like an AK. It doesn't accept AK magazines, but when I'm done with it, it's going to look like an authentic, more like an authentic AK, and also it's going to accept AK magazines. Though that's where I have to drill and tap a bullet guide. I have to kind of Dremel down the mag release, because when the import laws, and I'll go over that, the import laws do a bunch of restrictions. Even though we can import all kinds of like 10-cent toys and a bunch of garbage from China and import all these cars from all over the world and electronics from everywhere. But when it comes to importing guns, we got to put these weird restrictions on them. The other one, I'm going to do a little bit of work on my Vepr 12 shotgun, my semi-automatic shotgun. And it might be a little ridiculous, because when I got it, what it looked like in the picture, this muzzle brake, it looked cool. I'm like, I wonder if that's big. When it came in, it looks like a Barrett 50 caliber muzzle brake. It's huge, it's enormous. I may not leave it on there, but we're gonna put it on there and see what it looks like. I think it's gonna add a lot of weight to the gun. I also got a butt pad for it, which I thought was just gonna add a little bit, but the butt pad itself is gigantic. It's a Russian-made one. You can tell because they use like leather straps and they use weird old stuff. It may be because it's surplus, but man, back in the day, the weight and the materials that were used versus the weight and the materials used today is a huge difference. You know, today's all about lightweight and speed, and back then it was, I don't know what it was about. Ruggedness, you know, something that's going to last a million years. Hence the reason we have all these surplus things that we can actually enjoy today. So we're just gonna hang out by this creek for a while. I got like an hour. I got to go back and start working, but you know, it's like a nice little lunch break to come out and relax a little bit. Hope you guys enjoy videos like this. I know these aren't the most exciting. People come here for off-roading, shooting, all this other stuff, but once in a while, I wanted to sit down and take some time and maybe make a little fire, but I don't really have that time today. But it's important for me to get out, you know, every day in the morning. It's a little cold. I'm actually a little bit cold. It's weird. It's not cold out. It's about 40, 43, but down here in this valley, it could be a little bit colder. And then the water and everything, you know. I'm not wearing that thick of, this is just a t-shirt and this $10, this is my favorite jacket now. I got this, I think I got it at Walmart. It's a Wrangler with this little fur in here, but it's thin. It's not like a big, bulky, thick one. That's why I like it, because it almost just feels like a shirt, but it gives you enough warmth, you know, down to, I would say down to about 40. I wouldn't push it too much farther than that if you're gonna spend, you know, a substantial amount of time outside. Anyway, guys, want to just share with you a little creekside talk. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you guys in the next video.